Hello and welcome to the Games That Children Play Red Carpet Screening by Chandrea Carmichael. I am standing in for the host and major sponsors. I'm Bree Jenkins. This is the fourth major premiere for writer and director Chandrea Carmichael, whose determination is unwavering to reach the box office. Today you will learn about two sponsors that this screening will benefit, and you'll also learn about the cast and who they were wearing and also what happened to Ryan. But now we'd like to welcome to the red carpet the supporting and also lead actress Ray, who is starring as Emily Jane. But for now, I'd like to introduce the phenomenal writer and director, Chandrea Carmichael. Hey, Chandrea, you did it. You made it. How are you feeling?
I feel great.
That's good. Now, what is the Games That Children Play?
The Games That Children Play is a psychological thriller about a young lady named Ray that has dreams that comes true, but her brother has been kidnapped by someone from her past. But she really can't remember who the person is.
Wow. So how did you arrive at developing the idea for the movie?
Okay, I don't like being asked questions.
That's fine.
Okay, I came up with the idea. It just came to me one day. I always wanted to do like a different type of horror film. Mostly people are like doing slashers, and I decided to do more like of a psychological thriller.
Yeah, that was really suspenseful. Now, what was the turning point of the film?
The turning point of the film is when Miss Sarah revealed herself to Ray, revealing herself that she is the one that sent out the letter to have her to trick her friends into coming to the cabin.
Wow. Now, so what was so challenging about bringing the script to life?
It really wasn't a challenge. I have a great production team, great actors that I work with, so it really wasn't a challenge.
Good. Now, who would love watching this movie?
Let me think. Someone that likes to figure out things. It's not your typical, what am I trying to say? It's not your typical put clues together type of movie. You have to really be a thinker to figure out what's going on in this movie.
Excellent. Now, who does this screening benefit?
This screening benefits House of Globalization and the Apex Museum.
Terrific. Now, what's next for you?
Next for me, I'm working on a web series. I can't say too much about it, but it is a comedy. So this will be my first time directing a comedy. I'm used to doing stage plays when it comes to comedy, but yeah, I'll be directing a comedy. And I started filming in February.
Oh, fantastic. Well, we're looking forward to seeing that. Now, who inspires you as a writer and director?
Well, I'm going to say that I am inspired by Stephen King.
Wow.
I'm inspired by Wes Craven. I'm inspired by a lot of horror directors and horror writers. That's what I'm inspired by.
That's fantastic. Well, we enjoyed the screening, and we look forward to seeing you in February. Everybody, phenomenal writer and director Chandrea Carmichael. And next we have the phenomenal Emily Jane, who starred as Ray. Ray, welcome to the red carpet. You look fabulous.
Thank you. I designed this dress myself.
Oh, terrific. So who are you wearing?
I'm wearing MJ.
MJ? Well, MJ looks great to me, and I'm sure to everyone else as well. Now, tell everyone, who do you portray in the film?
I portray a lady named Ray, and she is a museum coordinator. And it's my brother that seems to be the missing star in this show.
So what's going through your mind as your brother Ryan is missing?
My character has dreams, and so, like, premonitions, and so I have a hard time depicting what is reality and what is actually happening to him. So my character is just kind of scared really throughout the whole thing and confused. I would say confused would be a good word because she doesn't know what's real, what's not real. She hasn't heard from him. She's gotten texts from him. She hasn't gotten calls from him. She hasn't heard his voice, so she's just not sure if he's really there, if somebody else is responding for him. So that's what's helps with the creepy factor in the film.
Creepy indeed. So what's going through your mind also when you meet Miss Anna?
Miss Anna. You'll have to watch the movie and think for yourself what I come up with for.
I know what I thought when I saw Miss Anna.
I have a lot of thoughts. And as you notice, they're not very happy by the look on my face.
Absolutely. Now, how did you prepare for your role as Ray?
It was kind of, I come from a big family. I have a lot of siblings. So I could really connect with that feeling of like missing my brother and wondering what's going on with him, where is he, what's going on. So I just kind of tapped into my own family and how I love my brothers and care for them and what I would really feel if they were to be missing and if I wasn't sure what was going on with them and if I'm having crazy dreams about my brother, like what would I do? And so I just kind of brought the reality to the situation.
And reality indeed, because I believe anybody would have dreams and worry if their brother was missing. Absolutely. Now, how did you begin acting?
I started in the church, really, doing plays and choir stuff. I just loved being in front of any camera. I would be like, hey, over here. So I started out in the church, and then I went to like the drama club in school, doing acting, lots of theater. I was in every theater production that the school that I had was in. And then I jumped into film, and I fell in love with film. I really enjoy film because I feel like it's more raw. It's more in your, it's you get the emotions right in your face. You don't have to do it 50,000 times in front of 50 million people. It's just you get that moment, and then millions of people get to watch that.
Now, are you a lot like Ray in the movie?
I do have dreams, yeah. So I could connect with that. I do, and sometimes I wonder. I wake up going, "What the heck is that supposed to mean? And God, what are you telling me?" And so yeah, I do connect with Ray. I do connect with like I said, my family and my friends. I have a close knit of friends that I keep up with. So yeah, I did connect with Ray pretty well.
Excellent. So who inspires you as an actress?
Oh gosh, there's so many. Where do I start? I've always loved Christina Ricci. Is probably one of the top of my list. Just as a little girl, just watching her doing, Casper when I was a kid, and oh my gosh, Kirsten Dunst, and Halle Berry is pretty amazing. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin. It's like asking me what my favorite musician is. Like,
yeah,
there's so many,
yeah,
and they're so talented. DiCaprio,
Yeah, Leonardo. We were just talking about him before the screening, and Tom Hanks.
It's crazy watching, as a kid, watching all these people. You grow up with all these people as children, and it's really cool to see how everybody flowers and grows.
Yeah. Some of my favorites are like Sissy Spacek and Helen Hunt, believe it or not.
Yeah, she is, yes. Yeah, like I said, there's so many to try to put them into one category. It's pretty rough.
That's good. So what's next for you besides an Academy Award, Emily?
I would love to produce music and obviously design clothes.
Absolutely.
I've got a lot of big things that I would like to do in the future. And acting is just kind of paving the road and helping to fund it so that I can remain debt-free in my endeavors as I get older and build my empire.
So what's one fun fact about you that no one knows about you?
One fun fact nobody knows? I'm pretty creepy myself.
No.
I think people know. No, they argue with me that I'm not creepy, but I'm kind of creepy.
No way. Someone this beautiful and talented couldn't be creepy. Ladies and gentlemen, the award-winning Emily Jane. Let's see your best red carpet strut.
Oh, goodness. Strut?
Good to have you with us.
Pleasure to see you again.
Really good job. And up next, ladies and gentlemen, it's the man of the hour. Our boy, your boy, Henry Louis Adams is Ryan. Ryan, oh my God, the resurrection is real. You are back in the building. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, excited. You know, the movie was just refreshing. It was exciting. It was upbeat. Everybody came out to support the film. Some of my best friends, co-workers, and people came out to support the film, and that means so much. It was just a great, awesome time.
That was phenomenal, because all I could think from the last screening is, what happened to Ryan? Oh my God. This guy is the most handsome, strongest guy you've ever seen, and all of a sudden, he's hit over the head. Well, I don't want to give the plot away, and then he's missing, and he's got Ray worried to death. Wow. So what was going through your mind through the process as you were being dragged on the scene and the set?
Well, you know, I had to do a lot of stunts. I had to be knocked over the head, had to fall down, you know, on the ground out there in the elements. It was a lot of fun.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, running through the woods. So, you know, I just had that moment where we had to run through the woods out there with the elements and just be free. It was exciting. It was exhilarating. And just to know that you're part of a horror film. That's the thing that gets your blood pumping, because I am a big Friday the 13th fan. I love Friday the 13th. So to see the way that the director directed this film and put it together, I was so excited and just honored just to be a part of it.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you had fun and were excited and a part of the film. So what will surprise people about Ryan?
Well, first of all, what's going to surprise people is the amount of time I spent in this film running. Because you know what? I'm not a little man, so I'm a big man.
Yeah.
But this entity has this big man running from it, so it's like a tormenting spirit.
Wow.
But it's manifesting itself in like a little girl form. But I'm not to give it away. I'm so excited, and Ryan is the kind of person, as you can see, Ryan just got engaged.
Yeah,
So
he did.
you know, he's the adopted brother. Ray was already in the family before. Well, actually, you know what? Let me back up. Ray was the miracle baby.
Okay.
The parents of Ray adopted me first, Ryan.
Wow.
All right.
That's special.
That's right. So we have a multiracial family, which is a good thing you see in the film, because it's a beautiful mixture that shows an element that a lot of films don't show.
Exactly.
So I think that we gelled really good together, myself and Emily portraying Ray and Ryan, and it was just something awesome.
That's fantastic. Now, what does Ryan know about the children's games that they are playing?
Well, you know what? First of all, this caught Ryan off guard, because Ryan's mind was, I'm living my life. I just got engaged. I don't have time for all this drama. If you notice throughout the movie, everybody was surprised that they didn't see Ryan. He's a family person. He's always talking to his aunts. He's always talking to his family. He's always around his fiance. So he's a very lovable family type man. For him to disappear and for them to see his home unkept and they can't get in contact with him, it was something that really set off an alarm in the family that, hey, something is wrong, and we got to figure out what's going on with Ryan.
Well, how quickly did everybody figure it out?
I think that it uncovered itself throughout the film. From the door, she started having, Ryan and Ray has this connection of growing up together. We have a very, very special connection. Being brother and sister, even though we're from different families, but us being integrated together, we just have a very, very strong bond. That's why when the movie opened, she immediately sensed that it was something wrong with Ryan. She couldn't put her finger on it, but she knew that there was something wrong. And in the past, she had always had a gift of knowing that, just feeling when something is just not right. You ever know anybody that have a gift that they are accurate, like something is just not right? She knew from the door, something's wrong with Ryan. I can feel it on the inside of me, because that's the kind of close bond that we have as family.
And that's a good bond to have. And you have to worry if you don't have that kind of bond with a family member. Now, how did you get into acting?
Well, I was working at a company, and I retired from that company. I got into acting. I started off as an extra. My first extra role was with Tyler Perry, Meet the Browns.
Okay.
And I went on from Tyler Perry, Meet the Browns, and started doing every single movie known to man. I appeared in Lottery Ticket. I appeared in House of Pain. I appeared in Let the Church Say Amen. Walking Dead. I mean, just everything. Saints and Sinners. Every single thing that have been coming through here, I appeared in that. But the tables turned when I just felt a higher calling that I could just transition over to principal acting. And during that time, I started getting cast on Investigation Discovery, Homicide Hunters, and also Fatal Attractions with TV One. So I did several Fatal Attractions, several Homicide Hunters, and that's how I made the transition into principal acting, lead and supporting roles. As a result of that went on, and I joined the union, the SAG-AFTRA union. So that's where I am now.
That was one of my next questions. Excellent. So you've been enjoying the benefits of being a Screen Actors Guild member.
Yeah. Doing the show Clairvoyance, the Ellis Files, where I played Lieutenant Adams. It was one of Chandrea Carmichael's films.
Absolutely.
Her second one,
Yes.
which was very good. You can watch it on YouTube. It is very good. But that was the role that got me qualified to get into the Screen Actors Guild. So my life is just beginning on the other side.
And I saw that screen, and you were fantastic. If anybody hasn't seen the Clairvoyance Ellis Files, you definitely have to go see it as well as this film. Now, who are you wearing?
Oh, who am I wearing? I have no idea. I'm going to get you. You know what? It was something I put together. You know, I cannot tell you. These are Claiborne. That's all I can tell you. But I don't know anything else. I'm one of the people that, when I come on the red carpet, people ask me all the time, well, what do you have on? I'm like, I don't know.
Well, you're a pretty sharp dresser, and it looks like Versace to me, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's see your best red carpet strut.
Oh, red carpet strut. Well, you know, hey, I'm a brother, so I don't really have a strut, you know. There you go. Bam. Okay,
Little
coach.
pose.
Bam. Bam. Uh-oh, don't show those, but bam.
And lastly, what's next for you?
What's next for me? I'm appearing on a show coming out in TV One. The show is called Evidence of Innocence, and it deals with people that have been wrongly convicted.
Okay.
So I play the father of a man that went to jail for 30 years.
Wow.
And so I play him at a young age and I play him at an older age. And his father actually fights for him while he's in prison. And when he gets out, unfortunately, his father passes away. But his father is such a strong tower during that time when he's in prison and helps him get through the situation.
Well, we look forward to seeing you in that movie as well as the Academy Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the phenomenal, extraordinary Henry Louis Adams. Thank you for allowing us to interview you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have the CEOs and founders of the House of Globalization that this screening is benefiting, and we're here with Ms. Vivian Shaku and Dr. Owadili. Welcome. Can you tell us about the House of Globalization?
Sure. The House of Globalization is a non-profit organization, and the main focus of the House of Globalization is domestic violence and sex trafficking, from both a local US-based perspective and also a global perspective. And one of the key issues is we use creative arts to actually raise funds for grassroots organizations that focus on domestic violence and human and sex trafficking.
How many cases of sex trafficking are there throughout the U.S. and also specifically in Atlanta?
So unfortunately, we don't have very good numbers because the numbers are hard to track, but we do know, especially because of the Atlanta airport and the diversity of the metro area in Atlanta, that Atlanta is in the top 2 as far as sex trafficking and human trafficking is concerned. So it's been all over the media, it's been all over the news, And there are a lot of grassroots organizations that are looking to actually address the issue.
Wow, that's good. Number two, that's really critical for Atlanta. Now, when you say creative arts, what do you exactly mean? And can you answer that for us, Vivian?
Okay, by creative arts is just like what we saw today, the movie.
Yes.
So now we're trying to use that media to educate the public,
Yes.
bring awareness to the public and the women to show how sometimes when you watch a movie you can connect, and that's what we're trying to do by showing that, not just reading books, pamphlets and stuff like that. So we wanted people to actually visualize what could actually happen, the traces of how you can find out and make the connection to see who probably is a victim or a potential victim to sex trafficking or domestic violence. So by watching the movie, we're using some of the actual experiences of, I was a survivor, I'm a survivor as well. So I could use my story on one of the stories of the ladies in that movie and people can relate to it.
That's terrific. Now, how did you get out?
It took me a whole lot. It's a very sensitive subject for me. It took me 16 times trying to get away from that situation, and I got away. I got to the shelter. I saw a lot of things that were happening in the shelter, and it touched me. Most of these women don't have any help. Some of them are not educated, and I saw that they needed more. So when I decided to hear most of their stories, and then I said, okay, what can I do to help these women? Here we are.
Excellent. And something that people call domestic violence is a huge killer. So what would you tell anyone out there that's being trapped within sex trafficking and domestic violence?
Get out.
Get out.
If you see the signs, get out. Don't wait. I almost lost my life. So there are help out there. Call somebody. Talk to a family friend, family member, somebody. If not, call the hotline. There are help out there. Don't think you're alone. House of Globalization are helping a lot of women out there. And we are ready to take you in, help provide shelter, help provide anything that we can do to make you independent, because that's the fear. A lot of women don't think that they could do it on their own, so they stay in there with their kids and suffer. And sometimes they end up dead. So we're trying to prevent that.
Well, you're doing a really good thing, and that's one thing that people should know. The victimizer would like you to feel that you can't be independent or that you're not capable of doing that, but the House of Globalization will make sure that you are independent and that you know that you are capable of being independent. Now, how can people reach out to you for help?
You can go on our website. We have the houseofglobalization.com. It's .org as well, but you can go on there and see everything that we do. There's a phone number there to reach us. Our email address is houseofglobalization.org or support@houseofglobalization.org.
Terrific. Now, Dr. Owadili, what are we going to see next from the House of Globalization?
So we have quite a few projects that we have initiated, and currently we're helping women with various resources in addition to counseling and support. But one of the next big projects that I don't think Vivian has really talked about is her main movie that should be coming out, DeMarco, and it's going to be a feature film that highlights the key issues that have to do with sex trafficking and domestic violence. And with the proceeds from this feature movie, she's going to donate the funds to grassroots organizations that work in the field of domestic violence and human and sex trafficking.
Terrific. And when can we expect the film?
Well, we anticipate probably before the end of this year. We're still working on it. We want to make sure that it comes out great. We introduced the movie to Sherry Shepard and Malik Yobar,
Yes.
and they really are amazing. They want to help us pro bono. So she especially Sherry Shepard, she was so touched by what we do. So hopefully we'll have them in that movie as well, just to promote
Excellent.
it.
Well, you're doing a fantastic job in educating everyone about the signs and the signals of sex trafficking and domestic violence, and I truly, truly thank you both for being here.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
And now on the red carpet is the producer extraordinaire, Renisha Strickland. Hi, Miss Strickland. Welcome to the red carpet. How are you?
I'm awesome.
That's good. Now, what was your goal for the games that children play?
Honestly, it was also my first film. We just really wanted to put our money where our mouth is at. Like we wanted to, we were just young and we were both learning on this project. We were teaching each other, researching and studying as we went along the way. So it was really just for us to start impacting and making our own path, our own foundation.
Well, that's fantastic. Congratulations. Now, how was this experience for you?
It was, honestly, it was overwhelming. It was stressful. It was hard, sweat, blood, and tears. It's like we have our talent and, and every time they always see us like working and doing extra stuff, like you never know what goes on behind the scenes. And I'm not saying that, not taking away from the talent, because I know they work super hard and they study their craft, but if you've never worn that side of the hat, you don't know what it takes behind a production. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
And that's one of the privileges of me asking you these questions, because a lot of people always see production and producers and production assistants and directing, and it just seems like something that's really, far-reaching and glamorous, but actually a lot of work goes into it.
It is. It's the mental capacity just to think and make those tough decisions at the last minute. I mean, it's all business. In business, period, you have to make the hard decisions. But it's just last minute changes and recasting, hiring someone else, and editing. It's a lot. It really is.
Now, how was the casting process for you for the games that children play?
It was interesting. I mean, we had our 3 that were like stuck through the whole thing, and then we had a few deaths with some of our cast members. So thank you. The casting was a lot, but we got some awesome people in it. So yeah.
That's good. Well, you did a really fantastic job. Now, who do you admire as a producer?
I admire, my favorite director is Spike Lee and Ava DuVernay, Tim Burton, and I also like Will Packer.
Yeah. Those are some great directors and producers. So what's next for you?
Actually, we're in the process of shooting a sitcom, a web series, and it's going to be awesome. Like, we start shooting in February, actually heading to rehearsals after we leave here.
Okay, that's fantastic. And so when can we expect to see the sitcom fully?
The full version won't be available until April.
April?
Yes. April.
Well, we'll be looking out for it. And lastly, who are you wearing tonight on the red carpet?
Really?
The United States Army Department of Defense. Rah, rah, hoorah.
Okay. I'm wearing my UNC Circle of Life. Yes. I am artsy, so I kind of wear a little bit of everything. So honestly, black, the new black.
Yes.
Making a statement out here,
and your hair is beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, look at
yeah,
the
you
earrings.
see the power?
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
black power earring. Get that.
Well, that's
yeah.
fantastic. Well,
So, yeah.
it's great to have you here, and congratulations on this body of work for this screening. Everybody, it's Renisha Strickland. Thank you for interviewing with us.
Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, on the red carpet is Valita Street. Hi, Valita. Welcome to the red carpet.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Terrific. Now, who did you play in the games that children play?
Well, basically, I was an extra in the mixer, the first scene, the socializing scene of that. But I think that I'm just excited because to see the film, I started with them about 5 years ago, being more of a support. And coming in as the extra and watching how it developed has been amazing.
That's fantastic. Now, what's going on at the mixer?
Now the mixer is kind of building the anxiety of that something's going on behind the scene. Everybody's socializing, and that was the gist of this particular piece. That something's going on, something mystical is happening, but it's not good. So I think they depict that really well. We're going to see the rest of it, but I'm very excited. Chandra, I think, is an amazing artist, and she's going a long way, and I want to be there to see all of that. And also, Emily is amazing playing the lead role. So I was just happy to be here.
Good. I'm glad you could give us some background details at the mixer, because as you can tell, the gentleman stepped in and gave Ray a watch and said that he saw her in pictures, and there's a lot going on with the talking and everything, but like, wow, oh my God, that's where everything unfolds.
Set the tone. It set the tone then for the anxiety to build, the anticipation to build, to see what the end's going to be. And I'm looking forward to that too.
Absolutely. So what's next for you?
What's next for me as a part of the film? I'm not sure what she's going to do yet, but she's going to call of us and let us know where she may need extras again. Me, I can be in the background or I can be on the forefront. Doesn't matter. I'm still a support to a great work and great producers. I love the drama. I love the arts.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Velita. Well, it's a pleasure talking with you. And lastly, who are you wearing on the red carpet?
Who am I wearing? The wonderful me.
Well, the wonderful you looks good on you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Velita Street here at the screening of The Games the Children Play. Thank you for allowing us to interview you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Well, everyone, we had a blast here on the red carpet at the screening of The Games That Children Play. And for more information or to become a long-term partner, please contact writer and director extraordinaire Chandrea Carmichael at SE Films Productions at gmail.com. We'd like to thank Chandrea Carmichael, all of the cast, producers, and the crew, and the Landmark Art Cinema Theater here in Midtown. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next at the Oscars.